Hi, so I'm Kristie Evans, and this is my son, Caden. And Caden is actually the one that built and designed this. It was his idea. He conceptualized the idea of building all of the Minecraft Lego sets that Lego made and finding a way to combine them into a way that made sense. So he built this entire thing to have all the different biomes. There's a grass overworld, a jungle, the mushroom island area, a village. He's got the snow biome, a mountain. The inside of it's got a cave, and then we've got the nether on the back, and then the end is a separate area with the ender dragon.
I love it. You got all the different regions and stuff there. So how does this kind of go together then with the different regions? Are they all their own separate builds and they all come together, or how does that work?
Well, when Lego designed the sets, they're designed for playability. So they've got biomes that are like in one set, it'll have a sand area, like a desert area. It'll also have a grass overworld, and they'll all be together in one small set. What my son wanted to do was to put the areas together that made sense. So if a set came with a snowy area and a grass area, we separated them out and put the snowy parts and area up in the top of the mountain and moved the grassy areas down. So the sets are not together as they would appear just right out of the box. Actually, none of the sets are just unaltered and placed on there. Every single set has had to be adjusted either minorly or even it's almost unrecognizable, some of them. So.
Yeah, I love it. And one thing I noticed here is the really great rock work and then the waterfall as well. If you can talk some more about that section and how that came together?
Sure. That was probably the most challenging part. That was the one part that he had some help with because structurally and engineering-wise, there's a lot of parts to it that if you were off by one plate, it would fall apart, and it was very frustrating for him. I mean, he just turned 6 years old. So that probably took the longest, and that's completely custom. There's absolutely nothing on the mountain that was actually from Lego. We designed all of this and then built it and then found a way to light it up so that the waterfall would really be like the feature in the center of it all.
Yeah, I love it. And do you get a lot of kids coming by who play Minecraft and recognize stuff from the game?
Yeah, I mean, I really wasn't into Minecraft. My son is obsessed with it. I had no interest in the sets when they very first came out, so it really surprised me. This was a real challenge for me to even help him because I didn't know anything about the game. But yeah, we've really enjoyed. I learned so much, and to me, to help build something that I knew nothing about and had no knowledge of, it was even more challenging as a builder. So, I mean, it was really exciting to get involved, and now I'm really interested in it. I really like it. So, I even broke down and played Minecraft Story Mode with him after many months of begging.
There you go. He wore you down slowly.
Yes, yeah, definitely. It took a little while, but he finally won out.
And there's lots of cool details, it looks like, in here. So you want to point out a few of your favorites and some of the kind of stuff you like to point out to people as they're looking at it?
Sure, yeah. I actually, after pointing out some of my favorite little hidden details in it, I actually decided to do a little scavenger hunt thing, and I put up the sign on the front that says can you find all these details? And so now you'll see the kids are coming by and they're pointing at this and pointing at that. They're trying to find all the little hidden parts. So my favorite part was when we were building the top part, when we were reassembling, when we got it here, we have a Steve that's in the water. So we took the legs off of the minifig and set him up so that he looks like he's, up to his waist in water. Well, I accidentally dropped his legs, and they fell down the back of the set and landed on the orange in the back. And I looked at it, and my son turned around and he goes, "Oh, look, the guy fell in the lava, and that's all that's left." And so we actually built up a little area of the transparent brick, and we found a place to put the legs in there so that it looks like the guy fell into the lava and there's nothing left of him but his legs sticking out. So that's one of my favorite little hidden things. And then we just included a lot of little details from the game. There's a Steve up on top that's wearing a pumpkin head, and the Endermen are ignoring him because that's what happens in the game. Or there's we've got a guy that's over here, Steve in the front, is training his cat. They train an ocelot in the game that turns into a pet cat. So we went with that, And then one of the other really cute elements is right along the front or the side of the board there's a group of creepers running away from an ocelot because in the game the creepers are terrified of ocelots. So I just thought that was hilarious. There's a cat chasing a whole group of creepers that are running away. So it's stuff like that was a really fun detail to include in it. It's been fun.
Yeah, I love it. All those fun details. I think are great. Do you have any plans to expand on this in the future then?
Yes, as every single set that Lego has made is represented on here at least once, some of them multiple times. We've already decided that we're going to continue to grow it as Minecraft releases new sets. And the idea is that by next year, it'll hopefully be about twice this size. So we plan to bring it back, change and move some elements so that it's not exactly the same, but just to continue growing it, as the theme grows.
Definitely, and I wanted to make sure we hit this section as well here, so it's kind of another Minecraft themed section. You want to talk about this part of the build?
Sure, and I mean, by no means am I an expert, but I do know that in the game you have to take a portal to get to the end, which is this like sandy, barren area, and that's where the Ender Dragon lives, who's a very formidable opponent. And so the one thing that was a challenge was, in the end, the background in the sky, everything is purple. And first of all, dark purple brick is not something, I mean, we've got 9,000 pounds of Lego at home, and we brought out every dark purple brick we owned, and we still could not build a wall high enough to really represent purple walls and sky. So my son and I sat down and we talked about it, and short of hitting the lottery a couple weeks before breakfast and finding a big stash of dark purple, we decided to use literally every dark purple brick we own in a way that made it look like graffiti. We wanted to do kind of the concept that it was all purple, but without actually have to fill in every blank. So we built up the back wall using like the snot technique, and so it made it easier to go vertical because you needed a lot less brick to do it. But so you look at it and it really gives you the idea, the illusion that purple wall and sky is there without actually filling in every space. And honestly, even if we would have had the dark purple to go all the way up, I think this looks way better. I mean, it was a happy accident.
I think it turned out great. And I saw you playing with it earlier. There's some lights and stuff in this part.
Yeah, all of the ender crystals light up. So like in the original set, like one of them lights up. But my son was like, in the game, they would all light up. So we wanted to, that was one of the changes we made. And I love the fact that the dragon is actually functional. And like when you push down like her wings, she actually flies. I mean, that's Lego. That she came from Lego like that. But I mean, I just thought that was fantastic. And it's just a really cool, it's not a minifigure, but I mean, it's just a really cool figure. So it was fun he built it, he's made it twice now. And, he really enjoyed the build. It's challenging, so.
Well, that's so cool. I appreciate that you and your son could work on that together and everything. I think that's really cool, and I think it turned out great. So thanks for talking to me about it.
Yeah, we the one last thing, the reason we got into this project is because my son and I both have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and I spent a long time in the hospital after getting diagnosed. And when he got diagnosed, I knew it was going to be really important to find something that we could do together as a family that wouldn't make us worse. I mean, he can't play sports full time or, go run around the playground. A lot of times he's too tired for that kind of thing. So it was important to find something that we could do together that didn't feel like we were missing out on life. So I loved Lego as a kid. I always had a Lego city when I was growing up. And so it was just a natural progression. So to be able to do this together, is just awesome. And it really is a family affair now. Like, my husband couldn't be here this weekend, but I mean, his job was to get it here without breaking it in a million pieces. And, so it really took all three of us to make it happen.
Yeah, that is so awesome. Well, I appreciate you talking with me about the build here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.